All right, so sit tall in your chair. So lengthen out your spine. And take this opportunity just to kind of shake anything out, maybe wiggle. This is the moment where we're just gonna shake it all off. My pants look like they're glowing today. I'm catching on fire down by my legs. Now sit tall. Point your thumbs out away from your hips. Relax your shoulders down your back. And you can close your eyes in this moment. Feel your sit bones on the chair. Feel your feet resting on the floor. And just begin to breathe with intention. So taking a deep breath in, holding it at the top, and slowly exhaling it out. Deep breath in, exhaling it out. Now we're going to do our breaths for a count of 4. So you'll inhale for a count of 4, pause, and then exhale for a count of 4. If you can't hold it for 4, do it for 3. It doesn't really matter. You're just ladder breathing. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now keeping your arms closed, reach your arms out to the side. Stretch them out to a T. Spread out your fingers. Breathe in. Exhale out. Feel it when you exhale, the arms get heavier. Breathe in again. Deep breath in. Rib cage lifts up. Exhale. Your next inhalation, breathe in is hold it. Squeeze the Uddiyana Bandha, your belly in. Exhale, bring the arms up overhead. Stretch above your head. Soften the shoulders. Press your feet actively into the ground. This is our seated mountain pose. Turn your palms out away from you and float your hands down. Nice and slow. So we're going to move with our breath and our arms. So the inhale, your arms come up. The exhale, the palms turn away and float down. So we're synchronizing our breath with our movement. Yours doesn't have to match my movement because you are going to move with your own breath. This process of breathing tells our sympathetic nervous system to relax. So we're no longer in a fight or flight mode. Relaxing our nervous system. And we know that when our nervous system is relaxed, our body holds less stress and less tension. Therefore, our joints and our muscles work better. Just let the ease of the flow feel good in your arms. When your hands start to get a little tired, do it just one more time after they feel tired. When they're starting to feel tired. I'm going to float my hands down and pause. Just readjust your sits, like just kind of rock a little bit in your chair. And then we're going to roll the shoulders one at a time, right shoulder, left shoulder, and vice versa. Just kind of roll out those shoulders. Good. And now let's try to roll them forward. It's going to feel a little awkward, but kind of pull the shoulders forward as opposed to rolling them backwards. We want to move our body as in many directions as possible to get the full range of motion that we can actually get in our body. And then we'll come back through center. We're going to take our fingertips and touch them right in front of us. So fingertips touch. And then look at your elbows. See if you can bring your elbows down towards your ribs. And then we're going to exhale, open the arms, but keep the elbows in and push your chest forward. So chest and chin come forward, and then bring your fingertips back to touch. And you can bow your head towards your fingers. So it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You're going to add in the spine, getting bigger with the movements in your back. And I want you to feel as you come in, you tuck the belly in. As you exhale out, the shoulder blades come together in your back, scapula. 2 more. 1 more. Hold here. Now we're going to roll out our wrist. And now we're going to extend our arms out wide. Wrap your right arm on the bottom and your left arm on top and give your shoulders a hug. Lift the elbows out. Press your feet down and then turn slightly to the right. So look over to the right, point your elbows to the right side of the room. So you're kind of encouraging the left shoulder to come forward, right shoulder to go back. And we'll come back through center and then encourage yourself to turn slightly to the left. And now we're just going to gently rock ourselves a little side to side. Feel this little tiny squeeze in your obliques and maybe in your abdomen. Keep your feet rooted to the ground. Now we'll come back through center. Open your arms out nice and wide. Exhale the hands down. Now we're going to sweep our arms up in front of us and then reach back. And then exhale, hands come down and then round the belly and reach behind you. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Inhale, fan the flames. Inhale, up. Exhale, round and reach back. Hands go behind the chair. Inhale, up. Exhale, round and reach back. You can get bigger each time you do it. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Round and look forward. Look down in between your feet. Keep reaching those arms and pull the shoulders back. Reach back behind you. Lift up the head. Bring your hands back to your lap. Take a nice gentle roll of the neck. So bringing your head in a circle. Doesn't matter which way you go because we're just going to pause in a moment and circle in the other direction. Go nice and slow. Now pause, and if you're getting dizzy, that's a sign we shouldn't do it. We want to be nice and equal with our inner ears. If you get a little vertigo, a little dizziness, don't do it. Feels so good, right? And we'll come back around one more big time. And then through center. Pause, lifting your head, restabilize everything now that we've spun around. And then reach your arms back out to a T. We're going to now take the left arm on the bottom and right arm on top, making those eagle arms, so elbows trying to stack on top of elbows, point out, and then we're going to lift up and arch the back. So point the elbows to the ceiling, and then around and point the elbows towards the floor, separating the shoulder blades again. Inhale, lift up. This would be like our cow pose. Exhale, round like our cat pose. Inhale and exhale, move at your own pace. Oh, my chair's nice and squeaky today. It's not my bones if you hear it, it's the chair. Let's do 2 more. And we're going to hold here in that cat-like shape. Point your elbows down, separate those shoulder blades. Breathe in a couple times and exhale a couple times. So feel your lungs are towards your back of your rib cage. So if you kind of inhale and exhale, feeling that your back ribs, your spine. Gorgeous. Now let's release our hands from our shoulders and take them to our knees. Hinge forward and look 3 feet in front of you. If you want to come lower, come onto your forearms. This is kind of like a child's pose. If we were in our regular practice, your knees may be a little wide and you're leaning slightly forward. Push the crown of your head even more forward, so lengthening out your spine, tailbone pushing back. And now we're going to take our hands and just slide them down our legs. So come into a forward fold. As always, I will remind you that if you get dizzy in a forward fold, lightheaded, or you have low blood pressure or high blood pressure, any sort of blood pressure issues, don't take your head below your heart. You will keep it up so it's flat. But if everything's feeling good and dandy today, then go ahead and tilt your crown of your head towards the floor. Relax your jaw, relax your neck and shoulders, arms, and hands. So you're feeling this nice forward fold stretch, especially in your low back. Take in those deep breaths. That breathing is massaging all your internal organs around your diaphragm. Helps with digestion. All right, so now we're just gonna sway. Take your time leaning, moving your body just a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. You can hold on to your elbows if you like and sway that way. If that's too much, just don't hold on to them. All right, we're gonna slow it down and come into just pausing in the center. Torso over our legs, and then slide your hands up nice and slow, up your shins, to your knees, to your hips, and roll the shoulders back, and then return the hands back, fingertips pointing down, thumbs pointing away from your hips. Breathe, our Tadasana pose. Inhale that right arm out to the right side, spread apart your right fingers, and then we're gonna draw that hand forward all the way over across our torso, reaching it as far out to the left side of the room as possible. And now open it right back out to like you're opening a door, swinging it all the way behind you. You'll notice that left shoulder is going to come forward. And now we're going to go nice and slow, as if we're moving through jello or water here, just kind of swinging our arm all the way across to the left, and then opening all the way out to the right. Do this a couple more times. Can you feel the air moving around your arm? Next time the hand goes back to the right and behind you, lift up your head. Left hand can stay on your left leg. Lift up the head so the spine's getting nice and long, and then reach back. So this is a good pectoral stretch right here for the front of your pecs. Now reach the arm straight up overhead. So reach as high as you can with those right fingertips. Now soften the right shoulder down. So even though the hand stays up, the shoulder comes down, and then we're going to lean over to the left. So lifting the right rib cage. Take deep breaths here. Oh, gently float that right arm down. Relax the right shoulder, right hand. We'll send out the left arm. We're going to bring it across our chest over here to the right. Open it out, bring it all the way behind you. You can follow your thumb with your gaze all the way across. Right hand can stay on your right leg. It feels good, doesn't it? All right, we're going to come one more time across the chest. And then reach back behind you with that left arm. So opening up the pectoral muscle right here on the left side, reach back. Feel that left shoulder blade kind of squeezing in. Good, now reach that left arm straight up. Now soften the shoulder so the shoulder comes down into the ribs. Now we're going to lean over to the right. Your left lungs are smaller, a little bit smaller than your right lung. So as you breathe, you see if you can fill up just that whole entire left side of your lungs. It's all imaginary. You're just imagining that you're breathing in so much that you're filling up the left side of your body. Good, and now we're going to gently come back up and lower that arm down. I'm going to tilt my screen down so you can see my feet. We're going to work on the feet now for a second. So relax your upper body. We just did a lot of upper body stuff. So with your feet, come up onto your right tippy toes. So right tippy toes, just, I don't know, my lights are so weird here. Just come up onto those tippy toes and just kind of, we're just going to swing that leg a little side to side, balancing on your big right toe. And then we'll lower the right foot, come up onto the left big toe, and just swing that leg side to side. Good, and now we'll come back through center, lower both feet down, lift up the right knee, and flex your right foot. So there's like, imagine you're standing on something below your right foot. Your foot would be flexed, it wouldn't be all loose. It's gonna be flexed. Now I want you to feel your hip, your femur bone pushing back into your hip. So lift it up and then lift up your chest. So we're squeezing, making this whole right leg activate. Now we'll lower that down. Let's try the other side. Lift up your left knee, flex your left foot, lift up your head, squeeze everything into that hip. Tighten up. If you're not wearing shoes, I invite you to spread apart your toes. So when you do these poses, Make lots of spaces in between each toes. And we'll lower that down. Let's move back to the right leg. Left foot stays still. We're going to lift up the right knee and take it out to the right side. You can hold on to it with your right hand and look over your left shoulder. Keep flexing that right foot. Now come back through center and kick your right leg forward. Just going to do a couple kicks here. Ooh, I feel like little crunchy things in my knees. Good. And then we'll lower right leg down. Here we go. Left knee comes up. Press right foot down. Hold onto it with your hand and take it out to the left side. Look over your right shoulder. Now we come back through center and then just take a couple kicks forward with the left leg. Really feel your quad here. And one more, and we'll lower that down. Now we're going to take this right foot, bring it behind you. So like my chair actually has like a bar that goes across it. If yours doesn't, don't worry. Just tuck your, bend your right knee and bring that right foot back. Left foot's going to go forward. Knees are straight out of your hips. So you don't want to be too close. You don't want to be too far apart. You want to kind of just feel it as they're going straight out. Now we're going to lean into this, coming forward. Now, option is to stay here or reach your arms out. So you should feel like a lot of pressure going into that left leg because that's stabilizing you, right? Keep breathing. Now we're going to hug in our belly and reach our arms up. Let's do 3 of these, so making it 4. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, pull up. Lean forward. And up. Last one. Lean forward. Hold it here. Press into that left leg. Bring your hands, bend your elbows, bring your hands to your heart. And then we're going to twist to the left. So right elbow is going to point down, and you're going to look over to the left side of your ring. Look at that. Nice spinal twist. And back through center. Lift your chest up. Step your right foot to meet the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower the arms. Step back with your left foot. Come up onto your left toes. Left heel is up. Right foot is right underneath your right knee. All right. So now we're going to lean into it. So remember, our option is to stay here, not even adding the arms. You could just do back and forth with no arms. If you want more, you reach the arms forward. And then we lift up. Reach forward. And up. 2 more. And up. 1 more. And up. And this is the one we're going to twist. So hinge at the waist, reach out. Hands come to prayer, elbows bent. Left elbow points to the right knee, and you're just twisting your torso to the right side of your room. Good. Feel that nice twist. And back through center. Reach up. Step your left foot next to the right. Exhale into cactus arms. Lift your crown of your head up. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Breathe big breaths in and out. Inhale, arms come straight back up. Exhale, hinge over your legs and fold. Let it go. We're going to come up into our flat back next. So slide your hands to your shins. Roll your shoulders back. And arch. Feel this little arch in your back. Breathe here. Exhale, fold. Take your right arm, place it across your knees, and we're going to sweep up with the left. Look up to your left thumb. Exhale, lower the left arm, put it across your lap, and sweep the right arm up. Exhale, lower right arm. Now we're going to just take a couple you can do at your own pace, kind of moving one arm up, one arm down. Do as much as you need to feel the stretch. There should never be any sort of sharpshooting pain in yoga. A little bit of stress, a little bit of tension in the muscles is normal, but any sort of achiness, not normal. We want to avoid those if all possible. Looking good, guys. When you feel like you've had enough, we're just going to come back into that modified child's pose, elbows on thighs, crown of the head pointing forward, feeling the stretch in our low back. You can bring your hands to prayer if you like. And we'll pause here, just feeling our body. Press the feet down, hug your belly in. Palms pulsating. Maybe you can feel your pulse in your hands, the palms. Like that feeling, like blood's pumping. That feeling of being alive, being present. All right. So gently take your hands to your knees. Lift up your chest. Sit to the tip of your chair, and we're going to lean back and stretch our legs out. So nice long stretch. Point those toes. And then hold on to the side of the chair somewhere that feels comfortable to you. And then as far as you can, push out that right leg. And then tap the right toe down. Lift it up and tap. Lift and tap. Two more. Lift and tap and lift. And we're going to hold this one. Go higher, higher, higher. Squeeze your belly in this tight belly. Ooh, lower it down. Pause and relax the right leg. We're going to do the left. Left toes point and lift. And we tap. Stretching out from the hip to the toe. That left leg's as long as it'll go. Two more. One more. And this one we're going to hold. Push it out. Ooh, stretch out that leg. Don't lock out your joints, but stretch. Hug that belly in. Release and let go. So before we move, I want you to roll your shoulders back, push your heart up for fish pose. So your chest and chin's going to go up, and your feet are pressing into the floor. Heart is lifting. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Tuck your chin towards your chest, slide your knees back, and then rock a little side to side. Where does the time go? All right, we're gonna do some standing poses, but we'll just go through one more sun salutations before we get to standing. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, extend the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the waist and reach forward and then reach down. Inhale, lift up halfway, happy smiles. Exhale, fold. Reach out, reverse swan dive up. And hands to your heart center. Good. Now we're going to come stand up and come behind your chairs now. So make your adjustments. I got to readjust I need a film producer. I need a cameraman. I don't think the dog's up for the job. So we're going to stand behind the chair and walk our feet back. So take your favorite downward dog adjustments, swaying your feet, moving your body so that it feels good. Sometimes I just like to shake it out when I get into downward dog. Early in the morning, my joints are typically stiff, and the colder the weather we have, the worse it gets. So
you know, just kind of moving on, making some adjustments. All that's really good to kind of warm them up, to get them going. So just settle into your shape that feels good. Then once you feel like the body's where you want it to be, go to stillness and breathe. So you're going to breathe and stretch at the same time. This is downward facing dog. It's a beautiful pose because it stretches all kinds of muscles. Bunch of different groups here. So we're going to come up into lifting our chest and step our right foot forward. This is going to be our Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior 1. Spin your left foot to the left side of the room and let your both hips point to the chair. So my hip bones are not going sideways. That's Warrior 2. Warrior 1, you want your hips pointing to the front of the chair. There's a bend in the right knee. Left leg is activated. Shoulders back over your hips. And we're just trying to stay steady here for a second. Once we get our feet grounded, then we can start to add in the arms. So I'm going to take my arms out wide, so reaching them out to the side. And then I'm going to inhale my arms up to straighten my right knee, palms touch over my head. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. 1 more. We're going to hold here. Imagine you're carrying the weight of the world in your palms of your hands, right? We kind of all feel that way these days. There's so much going on. There's this heaviness in our arms and our hands. Squeeze your belly in. Now turn your palms over. Relax your hands down. Feel your legs. So focus all that effort on the legs, the equanimity, the front foot, the back foot. Can you kind of hug them in? It's a good stretch, right? Let's take our hands back to the chair and step back to that downward facing dog. Again, wiggle, adjust, move. Call this having just a little bit of freedom to enjoy the practice. If it's so rigid that you feel like, oh, I can't do this, you're going to get frustrated with yourself. So just know that everything is all about you and how it works in your body. All right, now we're going to lift up our torso again and step that left foot forward. Remember, hips towards the chair. Bend into your right knee. You can look down and take a peek at what's happening in the knee. The knee should be over the ankle. This right back foot, you can make sure it's turned out just a little bit so that the right foot toes don't have to go forward. And then you can make some little bit of adjustments. So I always want my feet first. All right. When you're ready, we'll take the arms up. This is Warrior 1. Now we're just like we did on the other side. We're going to straighten the knee and bring the arms out, palms up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Last one. Hold here. Lift your head up. Now bend back into the knee, turn your palms over. Relax your hands, work on the legs. Just feel the balance of the feet, the hips going forward. There's a lot of stretch happening in that right calf, the right Achilles, shoulders back. That left hip the outer hip is pulling back into this muscle here on your quad is pulling back into your hip. Let's take our hands back to the chair. Step it back, downward facing dog. Shake it out. All right. So settle back into your downward facing dog. Look forward. Lift up your head, and we're going to step the right foot forward to the chair. But this time we're going to step back. You can step a little bit further back with the left leg, coming into a crescent warrior. So notice that this is different than the warrior one because my heel is up. My toes are curled under. My right knee is bent. And we're just going to bend into that right knee. So keeping the knee over the ankle. And then we're just going to lift it up a little bit, doing a little bit of lunging here. So really can feel that in the hip flexor. Do as much or as little as you need. Do 2 more. And then we're going to pause here, lowering down, so sinking the hips down. That back knee is pointing down. Now we're going to make sure your shoulders come over your hips, and then we can balance. Take your arms up. If this is too much, hold on to the chair. You can use a hand holding onto the chair. It's a balance pose. Can you slow down that breathing? Woo, feeling the strain in my legs. Woo, take your hands down, step it back, shake out the legs, the feet, whatever you need, back to your downward facing dog. Push back the hips. Elongate the crown of your head forward. So telescope your head towards the top of the chair. And breathe. All right. Now we're going to move into that crescent warrior with the left leg. So rise up, step your left foot forward. I'm going to squiggle back my right leg so it gets nice and long. Not too long that I can't keep my balance, but way back there. Right heel is up off the ground. My toes are tucked or on the ground. Oh. And we're going to come into those bending and straightening. So you bend and straighten that left knee. You can go lower. How low do you want to go today? Really feeling those hip flexors. All right, now we're going to go low one more time. Ooh. And here, pause here. Shoulders back over your hips. Hands can stay on your hips, or you can try that balance pose. We're going to reach up. Feel the thighs. They are working. Straighten the legs. Bring the hands down, bend back into it. And then we'll step back into our downward facing dog. Shake out your legs. Now we're going to come up onto our tippy toes. So rise up into your high plank. Move the hips towards the back of the chair. Shoulders push down over your wrist. And then take a walk forward. On the toes. Squeeze the thighs together, lower the heels, and then drop down the hips to your thunderbolt pose. Hug in your belly. Roll your shoulders back. Stay here for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten your legs, reach up. Oh, lower your hands down. We're going to stand to the right side of your chair. So I'm just going to turn mine so you can see me. So my left hip is next to the right side of the chair. Work on some of our balance poses now. Stand tall. Make sure your feet are under your hips and your shoulders are on top of your hips. And your head is lifting. So we want the neck nice and long. Take the right arm out to the right side. Reach it over your head and lean over to the seat of your chair. This left hand can stay here on the top of the chair, or you can hold your thigh. Exhale, right arm down. Now step out, right leg. Turn your left toes and point them under the chair. So your left toes are pointing to the side, right toes are pointing forward. Now we're going to come into Trikonasana triangle pose. Left hand reaches out, right hand reaches out, and then we're going to take the left hand to the chair seat or to the back of the seat and reach that right arm up. As you do that, bring back your right shoulder. So gaze upwards. You should feel a nice stretch right here in the midsection, your right hip area. Oh, just stretch it out. Breathe. Don't lock out your left knee. You want to keep that knee soft so it's not real tight. This is where blocks and other things come in handy. You can come back out of your triangle pose here. So roll that out. We're going to do it again. So like I said, blocks can make the seat come higher. Or if you want it to go to the ground, you can always use the blocks on the ground if you want to go that low. That's why I like to have my yoga blocks. We'll try it again. Left toes pointed under the chair, arms out to a T, right foot's pointing straight ahead. We're going to take that left hand down, right arm up. Roll back the right shoulder. You should feel kind of an edging the right hip wanting to come forward and the left hip wanting to tuck under, but don't tuck it under too much. Just kind of make the length right here. You don't want to collapse anything in. It's all about opening the chest area. Good. Nice job, guys. Now bend into your left knee, and then this is your warrior two. So you may want to adjust and lengthen out that right leg some. And then we're going to move into peaceful warrior. Left palm comes up, reverse. Right hand can touch your thigh, you can hold your hip, or you can tuck it behind you. And bring your left arm over your head. Try to keep the bend in your left knee. Look at that, nice. You got it. Back to warrior two. Take your left hand to the chair, right arm up. This time my knee's bent. You see I didn't straighten it for triangle. I'm trying to keep that left knee bent. Good. Now straighten the left knee and see if you can push back into that triangle pose. And then rotate that chest open, kind of twisting the torso to the side. Nice big breath in and out. Exhale, bend back into your left knee, warrior two. Hands come to prayer. And then we'll step our feet together. You can toe heel them in nice and slow. And then shake out your legs. I want to do one more pose. You guys know I love this one, half moon. So just want you to shake out your legs. So option is to come back. We were just doing kind of where we were before. We're going to bend that warrior two shape towards this side and come into our half moon. Your hand can stay on the top of the chair, the seat, the block, or the seat of the chair. And we're going to lift the right leg up. Right arm's going to come up. So here we go. Left hand comes down, right leg comes up. You can keep your hand on your hip, or you can take it up to the sky. Look at my right foot. I want your foot flexed and your toes spread apart here. Then draw back your right shoulder so it's stacked on top of your left. And then you can add in the arms or whatever other options you want. You can also bend your right knee and see if you can find it with your right hand. That'll get the tops of the quads here again. Adding in a little back bend. It's wobbly, it's balancy. When you come out of it, you got to go nice and slow. Bend into the left knee, touch down. Toe heel your feet together. And then we'll take our time moving to the other side. So we'll start with our legs out wide. Left toes are pointed straight in front of you. Right toes are going to turn underneath the chair. So finding our arms into a T shape. And we'll try that first triangle shape. So rolling back your left shoulder, gazing upwards. Breathing here. You got it. Keep trying to draw it back, create more space. Good. Now bend into your right knee, back to our warrior two shape. And then we'll straighten it once more. See if you can reach out and then come into your triangle pose. Roll back that top left shoulder. As we come out of this one, we'll bend into the right knee. Here's your warrior two. Right palm comes up, left hand goes down, and we reverse it. Peaceful warrior. And now straighten the right knee. Come back one more time to that triangle shape. Oh no, sorry, bend into the left knee. Right knee, bend into your right knee. I'll get it together one of these days. Right knee bends, this is our extended side angle pose. So right knee is bent, left hip is bringing it back. Ah, there we go. That's what I meant to do, right? Mistakes happen. Reverse into that peaceful warrior, keeping your right knee bent. Straighten your knees, turn your toes forward. We're going to toe heel and shake it out. And then into our balance half moon shape. So we'll step it back out wide. Right toes point under the chair. Bend into it. Right hand comes down to the seat of the chair or a block or the top. You're going to lift this left leg out. Try to balance right there on that right leg. Hold your hip or reach the arm up. Get nice and tall and long in your body. Flex your left foot in the air. And we'll touch back down. Pause here. We'll do it again. Here we go. The left hand goes up, right hand goes down. Remember your options. You can bend your knee and reach back and find that bow shape, or you can keep the leg straight. Either one works. And when you release it, you're going to go nice and slow. Bend into your right knee, lower down. Turn your toes forward. Inhale, arms up, big star pose. Exhale, hinge at your waist, come into a flat back, soft knees. And then you can fold here. If you want to move your chair forward, you can hold on the chair, or just reach your hands down to the floor. Good job. Toe heel your feet together. Take your time. Lift up halfway into your flat back. Bend your knees, lower your hips, and reach back, tall mountain pose. Exhale the hands down. And then we'll make our way either back to the floor or to your chair, whichever one suits you today. Good job in the standing poses, guys. Widen out your knees and you come back to your seated shape. You want to take a nice wide stance here. And we're going to slide our right hand down our leg. And then come back through center, slide your left hand down. Kind of move a little bit from side to side. Like my nice soft pants and feeling them, the texture. One more time on each side. Reach down to your ankle. Reach down to your left ankle. And back up through center. Lean back and then kick your legs out. So nice wide V. You can roll your ankles, making some movements in your feet. And then keeping the legs straight, you may have to scoot to the edge of your chair if you're shorty like me. Keep the legs out wide and put all 10 toes on the ground. We're gonna lean over here to the right, but this time when we do that, we're gonna take the left arm up. Bring it over your head. Now back through center, and we'll take the left hand to the left leg, and then lift the right arm up, reaching down towards your left ankle. Now back through center. If you have a block or if you don't, please don't fall out of your chair. You may need to bend your knees, but I'm going to use my block down here, and I'm going to come to a forward fold. So taking my legs out wide, hands to the block or to the floor, and you can just stretch it out. Nice, big, deep forward fold. When you're ready to come out of it, you'll take your time. Bring your hands back to your legs. Help your torso come up. Toe heel your feet back in. Squeeze your knees and thighs in towards one another. Sit on the back of your sit bones. We're going to hold this, our core in, our Uddiyana Bandha, for 5 breaths. So inhale, exhale. Toes can be down. That's 1. Inhale, exhale. That's 2. Inhale, exhale. That's 3. Inhale, exhale. 4. Inhale, come a little higher. Exhale. This is your 5th one. Inhale, knees come towards the chest. Exhale, lower down. Release your practice. So either straighten out your legs, melt into your chairs, or make your way onto the floor. That's what we're going to do next. We're going to find just a minute or two of meditation. It's important to be comfortable, because if you're fidgeting, if you're not comfortable, your mind is only going to be thinking about, oh, I'm not comfortable. So you don't have to do a specific shape to meditate, as long as you can stay still in it. I use a cushion. Sometimes that feels better. It makes my pelvis roll forward. So sitting on a cushion or something that will slightly roll me forward, so I'm not hunched over. I'm hunched over a lot when I'm sitting at my desk or doing paperwork for the Red Cross. I feel like I'm just all shoulders. But if you're lying down, feel your body kind of sinking into the mat or sinking into the floor. This is your opportunity to let your muscles and bones and skin and organs, everything kind of soften. You're being fully supported. You don't have to hold yourself up. Surrender to gravity. So letting the gravity just kind of cradle you. If it feels comfortable for you, I invite you to close your eyes. This process of going inwards, taking out all the external factors. Meditation is not letting the mind be completely clear. Meditation is about observing the mind, observing the thoughts, because thoughts are going to come. You can't stop them. It's just like your heartbeat. Your heartbeat's going to come, right? As long as we're breathing and living. So for just 2 minutes here, you've worked on your physical body. Now work on your consciousness in your mind. Notice any thoughts that come up. Don't attach stories to the thoughts. Just notice what comes up when you're quiet and still. Shavasana. Just show up. Just show up as you are. You don't have to look great. You don't have to feel great. You don't have to be prepared for each challenge or know every situation. You don't have to be fearless. You don't have to know all the answers. You don't have to be 100% ready. Nobody is any of these things. You just have to show up as you are, despite all the objections, and insecurities of your mind, despite each and every fear that threatens to hold you back, despite the limitations or circumstances that others or you placed on yourself. The heck with it. This is your life. This is your journey, your adventure. And all they're asking for you is for you to show up just as you are. Because that is enough. It's more than enough. It is everything. When you're ready, start to gently rock your head side to side. Move your neck. And then start to make some other movements in your body, maybe just stretching out your legs, your feet, spreading your toes apart, circling your wrists and moving your hands. If you're on your mat, maybe you roll to one side and hug yourself. If you're in your chair, maybe wrap your arms around. Bring a smile to your face. And then we'll come back to sitting up tall. So returning ourselves back to seated Sukhasana, easy seated pose. Bring your hands together. Bow your head towards your fingers. It's an honor and a pleasure to practice with you. It's an honor and a pleasure to spend time with you. Each of you are beautiful and special. May you remember that. May you remember that you are enough. The love and the light in me, it sees that same love and light within you. Namaste. Thanks, guys.
Namaste.